I didn't know my father was changing until he already had, until the word scum slipped from his mouth as I sat on the bedspread my mother had made. It's taken decades to hold these contradictory truths in my hands, to see both versions of my father with clear eyes, neither dismissing the pain nor forgetting the love. Here's the thing. I lost him, and he too lost so much. My dad is more than this memory, more than all of my memories together. He's the sum of everything everyone remembers, and more than that even. He's the sum of who he was then, the sum of who he was before, and the sum of the private self to which none of us had access. He's the man who chose this path for his family, not to hurt them, but to save them. He's the father who laughed often, long before all of this. The man who begged for coffee after night shifts. The man who cut big bricks of snow and piled them into an igloo, then steamed the walls into shiny, hard shells. Who pricked his finger, let the blood bead onto a microscope slide, then showed me how to focus the eyepiece. Who pointed out the dippers through a telescope on summer nights, lying next to me on the sweet summer grass. Who made the swings in the yard, and the craft table, and my doll's high chair, and my child-sized chair, and our coffee and end tables. He was both and more. We are all more than we are at any given moment. At the same time, we are who we are in any given moment, a deceptively simple but true rule. It wouldn't be fair for me to paint a less than fulsome picture. I'm grateful I didn't tell you these things long ago. Long ago, I only recognized one dimension of the man I describe. I could only see what I'd lost. I wouldn't have been able to acknowledge, let alone describe fairly, the man he had been and the man he became. That's the conundrum exactly. I've always thought all of this was his choice, and fundamentally, I suppose it was. But was it? I can't ever be sure. I was for a long time, but I'm less so now. And I guess the fact that I'm comfortable enough in this state of unknowing, that I've allowed myself to land in this hazy space of uncertainty, is why it's okay for me to tell you now. He was all of the things I describe, the good and the bad. He's the man who called my mother's church full of fakes, who looked at me that afternoon with cold eyes, and the man who taught me to see the stars in the sky and tucked me in with a story, who believed in his way that he was saving us. The loss I felt and feel, yes, it's for that little girl on that bedspread, but it's also for him. Thank you for sitting with me in that memory.